We're back at it again. From the cars on Monday night to now the trucks on Wednesday, we welcome you to season number 9 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series, and we kick it off just like we did with the Cup cars again a couple of days ago with the Interstate Synthetics Duels at Daytona. Twin 35s, the front row locks in for the Daytona 225 for the trucks next Wednesday night to open up their point season. And again, dual races just like on Monday night. We're going to have fun this Wednesday evening. It's Truck Yeah! Tonight on LSRTV. Good evening. I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Greg Rentz in the booth. As always, you can follow me at Wesley Outland on Twitter, at Rentz1313 for Greg. And of course, at LSRTV for Charles Wooten. On behalf of everybody at Rocket Media, Greg, tonight should be a great race. The Cup cars put on a phenomenal show. The trucks, where the Northwest Racing Series all got started, now it's their time under the lights at the World Center of Racing virtually.
Yeah, Wesley, this is it. The trucks hitting the high banks of the World Center of Speed, Daytona. This is going to be fun. Normally, you don't see the truck series turning it loose here on the dual format, but we're going to see it here tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun.
So again, let's take a look at the race information. The 411 presented by RaceOnTexas.com. 30-minute practice already done. Coming up, 2-lap qualifying. Now remember, Greg, qualifying's important tonight. Just like with Sean Brightsman and Brett Johnson on the front row for the Cup race on Monday in the Daytona Duels for the Daytona 225 next Monday night, the front row locks in for the truck race at Daytona. And it all happens in qualifying. You got to put down your best lap in 2 to that. Everyone else through 2 35-lap dual races.
35-lap duels. 35 laps. That's going to go quickly here at Daytona, especially if they can get settled in with some green flag racing here. 2 separate 35-lap races. This is going to be interesting to watch how they go, getting ready for the 80-lap feature a week from tonight for the truck series. We saw 50+ get going here in the Cup series on Wednesday, and we are getting word that a fuel window is 33 to 35 laps. So if we go green all the way through, or we have a green white checkered, fuel might become an issue here, Wesley.
My question is this: do you gamble if it's a green flag run and not pit and try to go on one stop only, or not even pit at all and go from green to checker?
Maybe. We'll see. It definitely will be interesting. That's going to play a strategy card in this. That's going to throw a wrinkle into it. And remember, we're splitting them into 2 separate races, so we're going to see this not once but twice. If you're in that second race, you're going to be watching that fuel mileage game very, very closely, because you're going to find out really quickly what you can and can't get away with.
So in addition to that, let's also take a look at the Sawblade.com weather conditions. It is a beautiful night. Okay, I know it says it's overcast. That's hashtag fake news. It's a beautiful night here, virtually at Daytona. Temperatures at 65 degrees, 66 track temp. Nice wind at 3 miles an hour, barely blowing virtually. And Greg, track temp, regular temp, about the same. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna see quite the show here tonight. 66-degree track temp. That is ice cold for a racetrack, Wesley, because there's gonna be a ton of grip in this racetrack because of that. This is going to be a lot of fun. Barney's in for a workout tonight because he's got a lot of trucks to qualify, and he's got 2 35-lap races coming up.
The stage is set for Wednesday night. Hey, by the way, new start time. Well, time is the same. Start times are the same. The new day, Wednesday night, 11:30 Eastern Time, 30 Central. Live Sim Racing TV. By the way, 35 laps is right at the estimated fuel window. If it goes green all the way, Obviously, if we get green white curves, it might become an issue. So that is something we have to think about. Probably smart drivers of the Northwest Series will probably make a pit stop if they get a caution sometime before the end of it. But we never know what we're going to see. Greg, I don't know if you saw what we saw on Monday night for the Northwest Cup Series duels at Daytona, but we had a pretty clean race until the last lap off turn 4 in Duel 1, and then Duel 2 was calamity. 4 or 5 big wrecks until the race ended.
Oh, I heard a little something about that, and I heard there was some drama after race as well. But I had an interesting day at work on Monday. I texted the rest of the team earlier in the day. Actually, I texted them yesterday and said, "Hey, I am in for a rough day at work tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it all the way through the broadcast." I made it to about lap 9 of the first duel, and I was out like a light. So I haven't gotten a chance to go back and watch yet, but I heard a little something about a thing or two that happened on Monday night. Hopefully we don't have the same thing happen here in this truck round of duels.
Quick break. Thank our sponsors. By the way, if you'd like to become a sponsor, a partner, go to livesimracing.com and we'll take care of you as well. The stage is set. Qualifying coming up after the drivers meeting wraps up. Now in 4K Ultra HD, this is coverage from the World Center of Racing in the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Back with more in a moment on LSRTV.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to Daytona Interstate Synthetics Duels. Wesley Outland, Greg Rance, and of course Charles Wooten in the production chair. And are getting set ever so closer to qualifying. I believe we got 45 drivers that are ready to tackle the high banks of the World Center of Racing. And again, Greg, such an important qualifying, if not the most important qualifying session of the year, because if you lock in the front row, you can rest easy. You don't even have to attempt to try to run the heat race or the duels tonight. If you choose to, you're locked in the race next Wednesday night for the trucks.
Yeah, definitely, Wesley. This is the most important session. Like you just said, there is no, we'll try and make our way up. No, this is going to be a wild qualifying session. 40 plus, almost 50 drivers entering this race, all looking for 2 spots on the front row, and it is going to be wild. We're going to lock in the rest of the field with these duels, but we're locking in 2 right about now as soon as this drivers meeting wraps up.
Yeah, qualifying will be coming up here in just a few. Qualifying ready to go for the drivers of the Northwest Truck Series. All right, Greg, season 9 for the trucks. It kicks off tonight. Non-points races for these drivers, but they're important duels because it sets the lineup for where you want to be coming out of the gate points-wise for race 1 next Wednesday night for the trucks.
Yeah, you want to get a head start on your opponents, and you want to do that by getting on the front row here. We're only locking in 2 at this moment. We're going to lock in the whole field here tonight, but yeah, it's going to be ugly here moving forward. So we're going to see a lot of action here tonight. We're going to see a lot of excitement, and this is going to be a very, very fun set of duels to watch unfold as soon as qualifying gets going. Again, there's an extended drivers meeting, a lot of drivers joining the series this year, so we are having a little bit of a longer drivers meeting, explaining race day procedures to some of these new guys. But it's going to, once we get going, it's going to be fun.
And let's talk about some of the new names that are either returning to the Northwest Truck Series or are rookie drivers. I think of drivers like Brock Denny, ready to return. Eric Cheney, Big Bird. Yeah, he ran a couple of races last year, but he's going to run a full season this year. We'll see what he can do. Another name that's kind of new to me is Troy Daggett in 67, Paul Newton in 81, Chris Sherburne in the 15. Russ Lundberg, we saw him a couple of times last year, but not in a full-time capacity. We'll see him in the 129. Bill Ross Jr., Martin Tomlick in the 79 and the 17. Just some of the names. Jared Wakefield, I think of him. I think of also Todd Connell. That's a new name for me on the roster. Wayne Rick, Brett Johnson, obviously. Joshua Bill ran a time or two last year. And then you got guys like Caden Anderson, Cole Raz, who will make a full attempt for the championship this year in Northwest competition, Greg.
Yeah, Cole Raz definitely turned the heat on, especially with that sweep at Michigan of both the Cup and Truck wins at Michigan that weekend. So he definitely put the field on notice that weekend at Michigan. Definitely looking forward to seeing what Cole Raz can do. Here we go, Wesley, qualifying underway here at Daytona.
Trucks are on the track. It's Dylan Huffines in truck number 1, first man out of the gate. We'll see what he can do. He'll set the bar. Dylan Huffines out there on course. And that number 1 machine, one of those first drivers we'll keep an eye on, as well as also Tyler King in the 21, Eric Cheney, Big Birds out there, Brock Denny in 64, Paul Newton in 81, Bryce Clark in 93, Frank Harris 11, Martin Tomlick and Bill Ross Jr. all lighting up the board, Greg, but we're going to keep up with one at a time. Right now it's Dylan Huffines, and we'll see where they end up on the board and qualifying to lock in the front row for the Daytona 225 next Wednesday night at Daytona.
We will see how it goes as Huffines comes around to go on the clock. Wesley, we are officially underway with qualifying. So many drivers coming out to the field tonight to play. We're going to see who is able to lock their way in on speed here tonight. We're only taking 2 on speed.
Still keeping an eye on Dylan Huffine down the back straightaway. James Vining, the Can, in the truck number 333. Right now, second out. Brock Denny, third in the 64. And Greg, I don't know if you had a chance to get back, and I know you said you fell asleep 9 laps into the race on Monday for the Cup Duels. But Brock Denny in Duel 2 comes so close to transferring in to the Daytona 225 and simply got caught up in an accident, like literally with 3 laps to go. Then he literally tried to purposely bring out the caution. The admins would not throw a yellow flag, and he literally had some tough luck there at the end of things.
We'll see how it goes as the first few laps are going in. Dylan Huffines has the purple lap on the board right now, 52.08, and that is 2/10 faster than next in line, Paul Newton. Scratch that. Todd Connell making his debut to the top.
Now
Brian Reynolds to the top, 51.74. So now we're starting to find some speed. A lot of these guys, Reynolds and Huffines, on the same qualifying setup. Casey Tillman, the one you threw that one together. We'll see if Tillman or what he can do on that one. They get set to roll.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 that literally just climbed the board. There goes now Bill Ross Jr. to the top of the board. There's John Ottenbacher in truck number 89. We'll see what he can do. Watching him right now, John Ottenbacher, part of Team LSRTV. John Ottenbacher will watch his truck and see what he can do on the track here as qualifying still underway.
Wesley, 3 drivers out of 51.76. That is incredible. Now we got 2 in the 74 as Dan Lowther. Eric Cheney to second. He ties to the 100th of a second. Cheney second on the board in the 76. What a lap for Cheney.
How about Big Bird? He's happy where he's at. Eric Cheney right now. Going to second, Bill Ross Jr., the man that everybody currently is running down. And truck number 17. All these drivers continue to work their way around the racetrack. We talked about Dan Lowther from Nampa, Idaho. He looked really good in his truck. Eric Cheney, Big Bird, second. Briar Reynolds, Jared Wakefield, top 5, but they're still trying to bump Bill Ross Jr., the man out of Yakima, Washington, the 57-year-old. His Chevrolet now falls to second. He's still in the front row for the Daytona 225 next Wednesday night. But Casey Tillman now to the top of the board. Casey Tillman out of Boise, Idaho. He's at the number 1 spot.
Mentioned him. He was the one who threw that qualifying setup together for Huffines, Reynolds, and company up there. He just went to the top, so watch out for Tillman this season in that number 92. He's another one of those guys you talked about Huffines a little bit, serving a suspension most of the year last year. Tillman was another one in there as well. He is hungry for a victory to start this off. Here he is on the front row looking to lock himself in right now. He's on the front row with Bill Ross Jr. for the moment.
And now Sean Brightsman, who's on the pole for the Cup cars next Monday night of the Daytona 225. And he swept the poles for the Cup and trucks of the Northwest Racing Series. Originally from Puyallup, Washington, now resides in Tucson, Arizona. We'll see what the man of Cactus Country can do in the 46. Here he comes, Greg, off turn 4, ready to hit the tri-oval. Does he have the speed? He's got a good time right now. Here he comes to the stripe.
And looking. Believe that was going to be his first lap. It was going to be his first lap. 52.55. So Brightsman now on the clock for his money lap now. If he's going to do it, it's going to be this lap.
We'll see what he can do right now. If he was running 52.5s, that would put him around the top 40. Oh my goodness, yeah, he's definitely got to pick it up. Either that or his truck is off. He's got one more lap to get it done. That was his dead lap. Here he comes. We'll see what he can do.
He's going to get some speed out of it this time, guaranteed. We know how much speed is in that 46 week in and week out.
He's got to beat a 51.71. 51.71. Will he do it on his first lap? Here he comes across the start-finish line.
Stabnow went to the top. Stabnow went to the top at a 51.66.
Wow.
Brightsman did not. And Brightsman did not even crack the top 10, but Jeff Stabnow's on top of the board. Brightsman goes 20th at a 51.80. Jeff Stabnow, top of the board.
Jeff Stabnow out of Millings, Montana, will go down to P1 and ready to turn things around in what was a roller coaster dismal season down the stretch of the regular end to the playoffs, and then he went out in the playoffs. Jeff Stabnow and Casey Tillman currently those drivers on the front row for the Interstate Synthetics qualifying before the duels, and to put himself on the front row for the Daytona 225 next Wednesday night right here in 4K Ultra HD on Live Sim Racing. Here comes Kevin Smith, the 00 entry, coming across the stripe. We'll see where he can end up right now. Kevin Smith out of Walla Walla, Washington, the 48-year-old in the Ford. And right now, we'll see Kevin Smith end up 12th. His best time is a 51.74. Casey Garber, Greg, has just picked up to the 3rd spot. The driver out of Spokane, Washington, from your neck of the woods in the 94. The 32-year-old in his Ford is now 3rd best.
He has shown a lot of speed in the trucks, and at the end of the year last year, moving into this year, he has shown a lot of speed in the trucks, and he just went top 5. He is looking pretty, but here's the thing to keep in mind, Wesley. He's a pretty good plate racer in that number 94. He's a guy you're going to want to keep an eye on in these duels as well to try to get himself a good starting spot.
Out of 48 trucks, James Thurston in the 2 and Caden Anderson in the 37 have not taken time And literally in 10 seconds, it will become official. The driver of the Waltz Beard Co. LSRTV Ford, number 24 from Millings, Montana, Jeff Stabnow, is on the pole for next Wednesday night's Daytona 225 with Casey Tillman on the outside.
Stabnow and Tillman.
And now,
and on live timing, Garber just went above Tillman. And it was a tie on SDK there. So we're waiting for official results. We showed Stabnow and Tillman being locked in. We will have to wait and see the official word, as it was showing Tillman and then it flipped to show Garber in second. We'll wait and see what they decide. We'll see who grids on the outside pole of this race, Garber or Tillman, because we're setting the inside line right now. Garber is going to grid up, so Tillman is locked in.
without a further ado, it'll be Jeff Stabnow, Casey Tillman on the front row for Daytona next weekend. And now, here's your ComServe Wireless starting lineup for the 35-lapper in the Interstate Synthetics Duel number 1 here at Daytona. Jeff Stabnow from Millings, Montana. He's on the pole for the race next Wednesday. He's on the pole in Duel 1. To his outside, Casey Garber in 94. Row number 2 will find Dennis Moore in the 44, followed by Troy Daggett in 67. Row 3 will go 10 by 10. Eric Cheney, Big Bird in the 76. To his outside, Briar Reynolds in 12. Row number 4, Jared Wakefield in the 50. To his outside, it's Bryce Clark in number 93. And to round out your top 10, William Fletcher in 28. And Brock Denny, redemption looking here in the truck after the Cup dismay last Monday night. He'll start 10th in Duel 1.
Tucker going to be busy today. We got a couple of guys hungry for some wins for different reasons. Dylan Huffines in 11th, looking to bounce back after the situation last year. Dan West Jr., he's the defending champion, looking to kick off his title defense with a win in the duel here tonight. They make up row 6. Stephen Paulson, championship finalist in the trucks last year, alongside BJ Tidrick, finalist in Cup. He starts 14th. And up in row number 8, Chris White, number 83, with Dan Stussy in the 78 as the field begins to roll for their first dual race. Daryl Tidrick, the younger brother of BJ Tidrick, will start alongside Martin Tolmick in the 79. Or 79, excuse me, sorry for that. Starting 19th is going to be, pick him up, Wayne Rick in the 69, Rodney Boynes in the 3. Go ahead, Wesley.
Row number 11 is going to find Scott Hutchinson in the 91 and the Catman James Vining the 333. Row number 12 will find Frank Harris in the 11. Caden Anderson, one of the drivers that did not take time in the back, in 37th and the final position. So there's the lineup presented by ComServe Wireless with 24 locations in 3 states, including Maryland, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Let them take care of all of your Verizon Wireless and Verizon Fios needs. And that's ComServeWireless.com. Jeff Stabnow already on the pole for the Daytona 225. Will be ready to bring the field behind the toe of the pace car to the official green flag to start dual race number 1. All right, here we go. 35 laps. If we go to overtime, 2 attempts at a green-white checker. The window is somewhere between 33 to 35 laps. So if there is a long green flag run, we'll have to watch that and see if somebody will pit in the green. The pace car exits off turn number 4 through the tri-oval. Here they come. The virtual charter members of the Fraternal Order of Go Fast 24, ready to come to the restart. Green in the air. We're underway. Duel race number 1 here at the Virtual World Center of Racing is on. Here they come at speed. One lap in. Jeff Stabnow out in front, hugging the bottom of the racetrack in the early going with 34 to go. Greg in one.
And that seems to be what you want to do. You want to hug the bottom if you've got the truck up in the front. You want to try to keep it down on the bottom as much as you can. He's got more locked in behind him there in the number 44 in second. Looks like the third in line there on the outside is going to be leading the path right now. Oh, we got
trouble! Look out! James Vining, couple other trucks getting airborne. Casey Garber's involved. Four trucks spinning, crashing, calamity on the opening lap. Rodney Goings in 391 involved. That is going to be the driver of Scott Hutchinson. A multi-truck crash off of turn number 3 and 4, and caution is out. Here's our replay of big one, number 1 in Duel 1.
Here we go, taking a look at the 4K Ultra HD replay.
Oh, it already started.
There we go. Let's see if we can diagnose this. You see right there, one truck moving up. Here we go, all aerial coverage brought to you by All American Pools.
75 looked like at one time about drifted up in front of the 94. Let's watch it down the back straightaway now. This is where the storm begins to brew.
Right there.
Oh, wow. Couple of trucks going below the yellow line, and then clouds from there.
All right, we're going on board with Dan West Jr., the defending series champion. Saw him squeak through that. Let's see how in the world did West Jr. get through this one.
And mind you, he got a little bit lucky as well on Monday night on a couple of occasions. Let's watch this.
Up through the center.
We'll rest our voice so you can hear the calamity. Wow. Right in front of Dan West Jr. He never let off, Greg. That was Jared Wakefield, by the way, that got turned in front of him.
Under caution for the first time tonight in the first duel of the night.
So a couple of trucks obviously coming down the pit road. Got trucks on pit lane, including Barber, Wayne Rick, West Jr., Brock Denny, Chris White, Daryl Tidrick, Scott Hutchinson, Troy Daggett, Briar Reynolds, Jared Wakefield, Rodney Goins. Now, these are also some of the trucks that were a part of the accident. But, Greg, for the most part, everybody in the top 15 staying on track except for Chris White in 15.
See how it goes. Get ready for our first restart of the night. Ab now leading the way after setting fast time. He is locked in to the race next week at number 24, and he will be looking definitely for a bounce back after the way his season ended last year.
We certainly are. We're getting ready to go to our communications for the first time. We will talk to the man that's on the pole for the Daytona 225 next Wednesday night. Right now, leading Interstate Synthetics Duel 1 from Millings, Montana, Jeff Stabnow. Jeff, what a way to redeem yourself after a roller coaster year to end last season.
I'll tell you what, this is how we wanted to start it out. I'll take the pole at Daytona any day of the week. I'm not liking my starting position in the Cup Series.
So are you going to stay on course? Are you going to fall back? Are you going to try to go to the win for the Duel 1 here tonight?
Well, we got a little advantage here in the fact that it doesn't really matter what happens. So, I'll run up front here for a bit. I'm not going to get too aggressive and ruin anybody else's night, or try not to. We'll see what happens when it gets time to go for it. But, right now we'll just try to run up front and just take it as it comes.
1 to go indication being given. We come back to green next time by. One final question for you. Get back on the high horse and go back to racing. What does it mean to have LSRTV cars and trucks on the front row for Daytona next week?
Oh man, it's awesome. We like to represent LSRTV. The Northwest Racing Series. Yeah, it's fantastic having them on the front row, man. Wouldn't have it any other way if I could help it.
And of course, that's Sean Brightsman on the boat for the Cup cars next Monday night. For the trucks right now in P1 and Duel 1, Jeff Stabnow in truck number 24. Go get him the rest of the way. We're coming back to green.
All right, thanks, guys.
Jeff Stabnow from Millings, Montana. Currently, the man out in front at truck number 24. Ready, Greg, to bring him back to the Geico restart zone, and we'll try this again.
Let's do it one more time. Stabnow going to lead him to the green flag with Dennis Moore in the new number 44 alongside of him. So, Wesley, here we go. We're going to try this one again. And again, only 35 laps the distance. Stabnow has the advantage here. He knows he's starting on the pole no matter what happens. He can go and do whatever he wants. The rest of these guys, they're jockeying back and forth for position here in this one. So what's going to happen here with these guys? That's up to them. As you see Cheney lined up there behind Stabnow on the inside as the green flag coming out. We're back underway.
Back inside the Geico restart zone, green flag back in the air, and up to speed they go. 2x2x2, coming to speed, going to turn one. Inside Stabnow, outside Dennis Moore, and they're 2x2x2, 3 rows back, single file, then another 2x2x2, and there's contact. That's Moore going around. Moore collects a whole bunch of other trucks. Trouble, Vining caught up in it. Dan West Jr. this time collected in it. And a host of other trucks. Caution is out here again on the restart.
Now we're going to have to take another look at a 4K HD Ultra replay.
Wow.
See if we can figure out what happened here on the restart.
Greg, how lucky did Jeff Stabnow get right there?
Well, let's take a look and we'll see exactly how lucky. Let's see. We got Moore up there in the orange number 44. Cheney on the inside. Fletcher behind him. Oh, he just tried to come in and line up behind Stabnow and just wasn't quite clear.
And that was the 75. 76. Oh, man. It's a Big Bird. Eric Cheney and Dennis Moore there in the 44 starting that. And Greg, I think Dan West Jr. did get collected this time in 55.
He did, yes. West Jr. did get collected in it. No, we're definitely having ourselves an interesting start here to this one. Here's the thing, the laps are clicking away. This is only a 35-lap race, Wesley, so these guys who are getting caught up in these incidents early, they are not going to have a good night trying to get themselves back up there for the remainder of this one.
So, Greg, do they come to lane now? 6 laps in? Do you think they come to the pits?
No. These cautions are helping. Yeah, these cautions are helping them. I don't think we're going to see anyone on pit road now. These cautions are helping.
Will any takers come down to pit road? There's a couple down below the yellow line. The top 4 will stay out. Paulison coming in, Tidrick's coming in, Brock Denny, Bryce Clark, AC Garber, Chris White, Daryl Tidrick, Eric Cheney, Martin Tomlick, all on the pit lane for fuel and service.
Right now, I think if you don't have any damage, you're staying out as long as you can. For these guys, getting the fast repairs and trying to just get as much damage as they can, if they already use the fast repair, different story. But if your truck is clean, you're staying out.
So we are under the yellow flag for the second time. 2 big multi-car accidents here at Daytona. Interstate Synthetic Duel 1 continues in a moment. LSRTV 4K Ultra HD quality. Saw blade top 5. There you see him popping up on the bottom left of your monitor. And Jeff Stabnow looking to try to win Duel 1 here at Daytona.
I promise to follow through.
I promise to repair or replace your product.
I promise to get your optics back to you as soon as possible.
A promise is the foundation of our business. We call it the VIP warranty, the very important promise. It's unlimited, unconditional, and lifetime. No matter what the problem is, no matter how the problem occurred, no matter how old the product is, if it says Vortex Optics on it, we will repair or replace your product at no cost to you. Maybe it was an accident, maybe it was your fault, or even your dog's. No matter what happens, we've got you covered.
It's simple. There's no product registration, no receipts to hang on to. Just grab a box, fill out a form, ship us your product. No hassle, no questions asked.
We stand behind the quality and performance of our products, and our commitment to you extends far beyond the initial purchase. I promise.
Back here at Daytona, lights are off on the pace car. LSRTV, CRN Sports coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. This is the Interstate Synthetic Duels. Wesley Outland, Greg Ranch, Charles Wooten, production chair. On behalf of everybody at Rocket Media, LSRTV, we've got a good one here. Getting ready to put around 10 laps on the board. And still, Greg, a lot of racing left to go. I think everybody, suffice to say, wants to stop wrecking here. Let's knock some laps off and get to the finish of this thing.
Unfortunately, this is something that's common at Daytona. You see the big wrecks. Everybody's antsy. They're back together all up at the front. This is the first race of the season in the trucks for these guys. A lot of these guys haven't climbed in a truck since the season finale at Phoenix last year, and a lot of them from long before that. So, I mean, you're seeing guys chomping at the bit here, and they're going, and unfortunately, we're seeing the product of that as we get set to go back green. You see Dan West Jr. coming down pit road for more repairs in the 55. Back underway here. Stab now taking the green flag. Fletcher to his inside. Huffines behind him in the number 1 trying to get a run.
Back through the Geico restart zone. Field comes back up to speed through the tri-oval, going back into turn number 1. Stab now back on the bottom of the racetrack, and now he'll have to hold off the likes of Fletcher to his outside. That's the Texaco Haviland colors of the black 28. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's also going to have Dylan Huffines there. Huffines inside, trying to get around Fletcher for second spot to the back straightaway, and they go to speed to 3.
Down the back stretch. Remember, these trucks are not going to be up to full speed till about the time they come across the start-finish line here as they roar around. Huffines trying to tuck right up on the back bumper of Stab now.
Look at Fletcher.
We're kind of seeing, again, inside line, outside line. We're seeing where the advantages come in. Fletcher with a big run on the outside in that Davey Allison tribute. Frank Harris tucked up behind him. One truck taking a peek there down to the bottom of Huffines as we go on board with the race leader and pole sitter Jeff Stab now looking right back at the Chevy Silverado of Dylan Huffines. Got Camping World across the banners. And how awesome, Wesley, is it? Turning over to the real world side for a moment here.
Yes.
How awesome is it what Marcus Lemonis is doing with Camping World for the trucks this weekend?
Yeah, I think there's going to be between 12 to 14 teams that do not have sponsorship on NASCAR Camping World trucks, and they are going to put Camping World on the trucks as a primary sponsor for the race at Vegas. And my good buddy Jordan Anderson, my friend out of South Carolina, one of those lucky recipients to have Camping World on their truck. Actually, Marcus said, you can wrap your truck any way you want to. We'll send you the graphics that you want to have on the truck, but you might see the official purple or the blue and yellow for Camping World. You might see red Camping World, purple Camping World, special designs and wraps. As right now, Dylan Huffines having some net code issues. He drops down below the racetrack, pops back up. He's now back in view in the top 5. That could have been costly there, though.
And look what that did, Wesley. Him falling out, that caused Stab now to lose the draft, which is what allowed Fletcher to get up to the front. Now the Huffines is settled back in here. Now either inside line's able to move again. Stab now might still lead the lap. But going back to what we were talking about there with the Camping World thing, that is so cool. And I'm hoping, I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping that inspires some other companies that are involved in NASCAR to step up and hopefully maybe try to do the same thing. I'm going to lay down a little bit of a gauntlet here to other companies, other brands, and say, hey, Camping World can do it. Why not you guys? I'm going to lay down a little bit of a gauntlet here. We don't want to see underfunded teams in NASCAR. We don't want to see blank white, blank black, blank purple, whatever trucks.
Are you trying to throw down the gauntlet to NASCAR's rear partners like Geico, Coca-Cola, Xfinity, and Busch?
I'm thinking anybody that has a logo on a car. I think I can throw a gauntlet down to not just those partners that you mentioned, of course, the premier partners. I'm saying anybody involved in the sport, be it a company that's on a cup car for a couple races a year. Throw down some money towards some truck teams like Camping World did. Geico, Coca-Cola. I mean, heck, Ally Financial on Alex Bowman. They don't have a truck. I mean, just throw it down. Napa Auto Parts, they're on a truck with Derek Krause. Why not throw down a couple more? Another blue and yellow company. Why not? Throw the gauntlet down. Let's see it. Let's see someone go down. Yeah. Derek Krause in the Napa truck.
Oh, trouble! Stab now! Crashes! Stab now! Spins on the back straightaway! Collects more trucks! Caution out!
Involved.
The pole truck, the 500 for the 225, wrecked on the back straightaway.
Let's take a look. The good news for Stab now is, yeah, like you said, he is on the pole. Let's take a peek at what happened. This is, I think, the lap before. Yeah, this is the lap before because Huffines and Stab now are getting that draft back. So let's watch what happens here.
This
Stab
off
now
the back
clears.
stretch.
Yep, this is off of turn 2. So let's see what happens here. Huffines gets a run, goes to the outside. Oh, it just hooked. Huffines is up there.
Draft.
Yeah, trying to maybe clear and cool the nose off a little bit, cool the temps down, and bam.
Let's ride on board. Let's ride on board with Jeff Stab now in 24. Through the tri-oval. Jeff Stab now. You see William Fletcher, the 28, up on the outside in front of him. We are going to rest our voices here as they work their way out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. A bump draft from the 1 of Dylan Huffines. And take a listen to this. Man. Greg,
like we
how
said,
badly damaged is truck 4, do you think?
44 is in trouble because he had already had to use the fast repair. But the good news for Stab now, he's locked into the pole. It's not like NASCAR where you have, if you take the backup truck, you have to go to
you're in the
back.
backup car.
No,
yeah.
he's good to go. He's good to go. So he will still be on the pole. That's the good news for Stab now.
And he gets a fast repair.
He does, yeah. He gets a fast repair, but he's locked in. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to because we know Stab now is a racer, but I mean, you could say, you know what? No, it's a little too crazy for my liking. I'm just going to go ahead and call it and get ready for next week if he really wanted to. But you know, Stab now is not going to.
Stab now, right now in the 24, currently 16 spots lost for the man in that truck 24 out of Millings, Montana. Probably come down to the pit, take on a fast repair. And, you know, I'll say this. Talked about Dan West Jr. saying mulligan or gets himself luck. Greg, suffice to say, every driver at least gets one shot to redeem themselves from bad luck here.
Yeah, that's it's a different thing here and there, Wesley. If you have the fast repair, some series do, some series don't. It's all just a matter of by the series.
Caution out. More coverage from Daytona in a moment. LSRTV, the Duels.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. You know, just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, you know, it's a little bit differently. You know, you can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and you know, they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, you know, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Dylan Huffine is out in front after that calamity on the restart, where he kind of started it. Ready to come back to the guy restart zone, and Dilly back to speed. Green flag in the air, Greg, at Daytona.
First truck race in a while for Dylan Huffines, but he is trying to get going here, getting himself back in. And again, he's in the cup race on Monday night as well, once again showing why we gave him the nickname Double Duty Dilly here in the Northwest, as he had a tendency to do double duty just about every single weekend in some form or another. Again, he races late models, he races hobby stocks, he ran some legend cars this season. The kid will race anything, and most times he was running 2 races a night here in the Northwest. So I gave him the nickname Double Duty Dilly, and it kind of stuck around here for the course of the season. So here we are once again back in the Northwest Racing Series, and Huffines leading the way, doing double duty once again, trucks and cup.
Dilly out in front. Dylan Huffines working their way back out of turn 4, back to the start finish line, leading as they go back to the corner. By the way, we're halfway as well. Next time by, 18 in, 17 to go. Huffines out in front. Greg, first half of the race plagued by caution flags. Do you think we'll go to the green to the finish?
One would hope, but the way this race has gone, I'm going to say no. As we go, Huffines almost got shuffled to the back there, but he got down in line. As you see the outside line beginning to make a move up at the top. That's Chris White up there in the number 83 trying to get a run with help. Bryce Clark, how about Fatback? Bryce Clark up there in the top 5, Wesley. He's been doing a lot of plate racing. A lot of guys have been doing a lot of Daytona racing, cup cars, trucks, Xfinity cars, heck, even an ARCA race come here with these guys. And Huffines, Bryce Clark, Brock Denny, the kind of the mastermind behind it. Casey Garber's been doing a lot of them. A lot of guys were like, you know what, hey, we're gonna do some plate racing here in the offseason, get ready for Daytona, and really paying off for a guy like Bryce Clark right now. Fatback up in the top 5.
Huffines on the bottom of the racetrack. Here he comes inside, dealing with Paulison. Greg, how about Stephen Paulison up to second? Chris White to third. Lap truck down below the apron, out of the way.
Where did Vining come from?
Yeah, James Vining. Look at him back up there.
Two accidents, and here he is in the top 5.
I'm the cat man. He's got 9 lives.
Took 20 laps for Wesley to start singing. Is that what I'm seeing here? 20 laps into the season, and he started singing. Come on.
Wait a second. I was singing Lonely, album So Lonely earlier when we came on the air when you left me.
Hey, when
technical difficulties.
No, that wasn't the technical difficulties. That was the I was looking out my window and seeing 9 fire trucks parked outside my house.
Well, I still believe one of your internet cables caught fire.
Maybe. I don't know. Everyone in my neighborhood was saying there was a fire, but I didn't see any flames when I went out and looked. I saw a whole bunch of fire trucks. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Might be a gas. Here they come out of 4. Dylan Huffines out in front. Leading the way, up 10 spots, up 13 positions is Chris White. And that black 83 down on the outside. He's in second position. Here comes now also Stephen Paulison, Bryce Clark, James Vining, top 5. And away we go back into the corner. And just think, Greg, we got to reset, rack them, restack them, and do it again for Duel 2.
Yeah, 35 more laps after this. This is going to be a long night here on LSRTV. Ooh, the Catman getting shuffled down below the yellow line there. Ball back in line. That's one of the Caden Anderson trucks up there. Is that Brock Denny?
3 wide.
Way up. Oh, 3 wide. Fat
Frank
back.
Harris in the middle.
Harris shuffling back, but yeah, that's Brock Denny. The Tucker Dog Special Truck Edition is moving his way up, and Denny was kind of the mastermind behind a bunch of these guys plate racing a lot over the offseason, coming to Daytona just about every night, running cup cars, running trucks, Xfinity cars. Brock Denny was the one throwing that all together, and it has paid off because here he is up in the top 5. Mentioned looking to bounce back after a disappointing night on Monday. He's looking very strong for that right now.
Turn 2 back straight away. And now Chris White will show the lead in the black 83. Back in black, if you will, Greg, because normally he's in a white truck.
And then on the outside, big moves
nice.
here. Leader up at the front, Jared Wakefield taking the lead now in truck number 50, new name to the series.
Greg, how about Frank Harris up here to the top 5? He's in 3rd.
Running very, very strong right now, Frank Harris. Second in line on the outside. I'm impressed with this Wakefield guy, though, Wesley, making his debut with the series, and here he is leading at Daytona.
Jared Wakefield in the number 50 machine. The man out in front, they call him Judd from Spanaway, Washington. For Davin Sights Racing.
Denny. Brock Denny trying to get a run on the inside. Oh, and he might get shuffled here. We'll see what Huffines does. I think Huffines might try to pick up Denny. No, Huffines elects to. Oh,
trouble! Oh, tri-oval cup of truck.
I think that was
spin.
Chris White and Denny.
No caution.
Chris White and Brock Denny. No caution. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought for sure we were going to see a caution
involved
there.
as well. The 91.
That looked like Denny and White were the 2 drivers involved in that one, Wesley. Hutchinson was already up in turn 1 when that happened.
Okay.
And not sure what happened there. We just saw him break loose. Saw Huffines trying to decide if he was going to go with Chris White or Brock Denny. And then next thing you know, both those drivers are down in the infield.
And by the way, Brock Denny is still in 7th right now.
Hung on to it. So White looks like is the big loser in that one. But how about Jared Wakefield still leading the way? But Frank Harris up there in 2nd. Harris, an abysmal season last year. Dude had probably the toughest luck out of anybody all season long, and not just the truck series but in the cup side as well. Here he is tucked on the back in 2nd place of Duel 1.
Coming up, by the way, on laps to go next time by when they get back to the start finish line. Time for everyone to and shut up, put it out right now. 10 laps to go. They're coming to 9 to go this time by. Here they come to start finish. Wakefield, Harris, Garber, Vining, Fletcher, names that you would not say usually in the front of the pack. Greg, they're up there. They're making their presence felt, and it's time to go here at Daytona in Duel 1.
And Wesley, I'm going to tell you something right now, because I ran a couple of those plate races with some of these guys. If Casey Garber and Brock Denny can get hooked up with each other, Oh boy, the rest of these boys are in trouble. I'm telling you that right now. Not hooked up yet, but if they can get hooked up, Garber in the 94, Denny the 64, if those two can get hooked up, the rest of this field is in a whole lot of trouble.
Time to go. Cat box a little quiet night. Who's your pick to win dual race number 1 for those that are watching on LSRTV 4K Ultra HD?
I'm going to tell you right now, watch out for that 94. I mentioned him a moment ago. Garber up in third right now. Watch out for him to make a move here. I think Garber might be sitting in the catbird seat. He's got Fletcher behind him. He needs to find who he wants to hook up with, though. And I think he knows who he wants to hook up with. It's just a matter of can he get up there and find him. And we'll see what happens here in the closing stages. But I got to say, I'm keeping my eyes on that 94, and that's the guy I think he's looking for on this outside right now is Buck Denny in the 64. Those two drafted together a lot over the last couple of weeks. I think if Garber and Denny can get hooked up, which it looked like Garber was trying to do right there. Did you see him kind of go high there? Garber was trying to get with Denny, but James Vining was right there. You can see it right now. Garber and Denny are trying to hook up together.
7 laps to go. Danny back in the dance again, trying to hook up with Casey Garber, as Greg reiterated on. Meanwhile, Wakefield, the green, black, and white. Truck 50 on the inside. Hooked up behind him is Harris.
Where did Tidrick come
there.
from? BJ Tidrick, where in the world did he come from? Leading the charge on the outside. Darlington winner of the Cup Series last year.
Yeah, you just read my mind. I was going to say that. Has not won a race since Darlington of last year. And we remember, Greg, how crazy that Cup race was.
Oh, yeah. Lap traffic coming up ahead, and yeah, we go back. You can catch that crazy Darlington race in the archives here on LSRTV, as everyone's able to get by Scott Hutchinson there. Creeping up in the picture. Is he on the lead lap? I'm looking at the defending champion, Dan West Jr. in the number 55, trying to figure out. No, he is a couple laps down, so he is just trying to hold on right now and find some speed in it. But, man, watch Denny and Tidrick on the outside here. They have a little bit of space there between them and Vining. Wondering what Garber is going to do here. I'm watching that black 94 truck, third in line on the bottom. Denny.
Greg.
Oh, someone got up there between Denny and Vining.
Greg, as they come to 5 to go here at the start-finish line, first through 10th, celebrated by almost 700 thousandths of a second from first to 10th. So any of those 10 trucks have got a shot to win.
Absolutely nuts. Here we go, Tidrick. It's clear of Wakefield. New leader, Tidrick. Stab now trying to come up with Denny, but BJ Tidrick leading the way, looking for his first Truck Series victory. It's not a points-paying victory, but how big would it be for Tidrick to get a win to start the season off and lock up the third starting spot?
Look who's back up there.
Stab
now in 24 on the outside. Here he comes.
And that he is up there for position. Garber has made his way to the top now. He's falling in line behind Vining. Dylan Huffines trying to make the run on the outside as well. He's got help from Paulison. Here we go. Denny to the lead in the 64.
How about Brock Denny? After being snake bit last Monday night in the Cup race, had a really strong car, got caught up in a wreck with 2 laps to go in Duel 2. Then he tried to intentionally bring out a caution. They wouldn't throw the yellow, and he literally had to fight back through virtue of points provisionals. I don't even think he made the field of the 43 cars. Now redeeming himself here, but here comes Stab now on the outside. New leader, the pole truck. Jeff
got help from Vining. He's got help from Vining. Uh-oh, look out behind them, though. Garber and Denny have found each other. Denny can get up in front of Garber. He's going to. Look out. He's got him. Brock Denny has his drafting partner now, Garber. And Stab now saw that and went up to block. Closing stages. Closing stages. Denny and Garber have found each other.
3 to go.
And there it is. Garber trying to push Denny. Stab now. Goes down the block. Vining now. Pick up the inside line. Garber and Denny have found each other. Look out.
Down the back straightaway. Who will win the Interstate Synthetic Duels Race 1 here at Daytona? Stab now on the inside. Outside lane. Brock Denny. Now he's hung out to dry. Up now is also Tidrick in the mix. Wakefield
Huffines
back
coming
up
back.
there. Huffines coming back up there as they work their way to the line. 2 to go. Stab now a little loose there for a second.
That's going to open the door for Denny on the outside to get a run. He's got help from Garber. Those two spent a lot of time in the offseason drafting together. Huffines up there as well. Paulison coming up in the Castrol truck. Denny, can he get down? He doesn't want to leave Garber. He wants to stick with Garber right now, and that allows Stab now to get a run on the back with help from Vining. Huffines drops down to the inside. Huffines saw the bottom line was moving. He wants to try to get up there and win this race as well. Tidrick lurking back there. Will they try to go up the middle? The Yakima boys.
What's that cliche? You never leave your wingman.
Ooh,
That's now Wakefield
Vining
goes up to the middle. Try to close it on Garber and Denny. And while that goes on, Stab now stays to the inside. Brock Denny will come to the stripe, to the line. Who will it be? Denny, CRN 1 to go. Duel 1, they're in turn 1.
Brock Denny, Casey Garber hooked up on the outside. Jeff Stab now the pole sitter. He's locked in there, but he wants this win. Lap traffic lies ahead. Here they come through turn 2 for the final time. Lap traffic is ahead. I believe that's the 83 of White as they come down. Denny has to check up a little bit, but they're going to get a big run right there. There's contact!
Oh, crashing!
Vining and Stab now get together. Oh, James
Wakefield
Vining.
airborne.
That was Vining. It's
That's
down
Vining.
to, I think it's down to Denny and Wakefield.
Wakefield is the leader.
Brock Denny.
But Denny's out in
Tucker.
front.
The
It's
Tucker
Brock Denny.
Dog special. Tucker's got to win as a crew chief. Brock Denny gets it done. He will start third at Daytona next week.
Brock Denny will win duel number 1. Driver of the number 64. Crazy finish on the back straightaway. Several top contenders taking out Brock Denny, the winner of duel race number 1. Greg, what a crazy finish there. Brock Denny, the winner. He finally gets himself a win.
Oh, man, it is a party in the dog kennel tonight. Brock Denny getting it done. His first victory. Not a points-paying victory, but he gets it done winning duel number 1. And like I said, if he could get hooked up with Garber, which he did, he was able to really get it going. But we're going to have to run down the results real quick because we're already getting ready for the second duel here, Wesley.
Yeah, real quickly, Brock Denny.
Brock Denny getting the win.
They cleared it really quickly.
Yeah,
Brock Denny
so
is
we're
the
gonna
winner.
have to go.
Brock Denny. Well, the timing and scoring is all screwed up here. But anyhow, congratulations to Brock Denny. Will win duel number 1. With that said, it is now time to introduce the starting lineup for the Interstate Synthetics Duel number 2 here at Daytona, presented by ComServe Wireless. Casey Tillman on the outside of the front row for the race next Wednesday night. He's on the pole in Duel 2, the 92. Bill Ross Jr., the 17, outside row number 1. Row number 2 will find Robert Campbell in the 54, Cole Raz in the 10. Row 3, still beginning to roll, we'll find row number 3, Dan Lowther in the 63, to his outside, Kevin Smith in the 00. Row 4 in the race, Corey Walters in the 9, Tyler King in the 21. He had a good run in the Cup race on Wednesday and the Monday in the duel as well. We'll see what he does tonight. Stephen O'Hare in the 41 to the outside, Paul Newton in the 81, your top 10 in duel 2.
Coming up in row 11 will be Tom Green. Big thanks to Tom Green last year for stepping up and helping out in the playoffs. He's got the defending Cup Series champion, Sean Breitzman, will lead him to green on Monday, but he has a shot to do it again here. Brett Johnson in the number 7 with Joshua Beal. Watch out for Papa in the 112. He starts 14th. Ray Fournier in the number 26 with Otto. John Ottenbacher, he won this race last year. We're talking about the big one, the race next week. John Ottenbacher's the defending winner of the trucks at Daytona. He will have to make his way deep to the field. Devin West, championship 4 finalist last year, alongside with Chris Torres in the 99. Ranking up row number 9 will be the number 71 of Aaron Cooper and Todd Connell, the 021.
Back of the pack includes Russ Lundberg in row 11 inside, followed by number 15. That'll be the driver, Chris Sherburne. That'll be the 27, Jeff Hagan. James Thurston in the back as well. Ready to come to the start. Ready for duel race number 2. A wild first one. Green lights are on. Duel 2 kicking the asphalt at the World Center of Racing for the second time tonight. Here they come at speed. Gregory, we're underway. Duel number 2, and right now they're kind of a little bit more relaxed than Duel 1 was.
Oh, don't go jinxing it. Don't go jinxing it. We still got 34 laps to go. Casey Tillman leading the way in that number 92. Again, he's so happy to be back in this series after the unfortunate situation last year led to a almost season-long suspension. Back with a vengeance as he started on the outside of the front row next week after setting second quick time, I should say, getting the pole for this race. He's hooked up with Cole Raz in that number 10, and Raz, Wesley, we talked about him a little bit in the pre-race. One of those guys you have got to watch here this season. Making a full run for the championship has been so impressive every single time he climbs behind the wheel of a car on the server. Colt Raz is going to be a threat. But look at the outside. A couple of guys we don't really talk about a whole lot. Bill Ross Jr., the number 17. He's up there with Kevin Smith in the 00. So we have quite a bit of different contenders up there. And kind of a funny story, Wesley. Bill Ross Jr. said, reason I'm running a white truck is not because I don't have any funding for this race. I'm out of paint because that's the primer truck because I ran out of paint because all my paint went to prepare my cup cars after the accidents on Monday night. Speaking of accidents, one truck up in the wall up there, it's a green truck. Didn't see who it was, but one truck caught the wall there.
Dan Lowther. Wow, falling all the way to the back. What happens here as they work their way back around the corner? Off of turn 2, inside, there's Tillman. Kevin Smith, a little bump draft there. There's contact. Oh, they hold it together. Now King in the wall.
Tyler King in the wall. Dan Lowther. No caution yet.
Caution's
no caution.
Out.
There it is.
Tyler King and a host of other trucks collected, but it all started with Tyler King in truck number 21. And Greg, it literally just seemed like a little bump draft going wrong virtually, and it sent him around.
Taking a look at the 4K Ultra replay. Contact between King and Lowther that started it. You see King right there in the Peels oranges, blue number 40 or 21 this year. And Lowther in the Menards yellow. Oh, someone checked up. I think Smith checked up, which caused King to check up and maybe make a move down to the bottom, and unfortunately there was nowhere else to go.
Tyler King would probably be the one that you really should put your eye on. Truck number 21.
Let's go on board Tyler King.
We're actually going to show you
the 129 of Russ Lundberg. This is the truck that caught the wall. So I saw a green truck catch the wall off of turn number 4. It was Russ Lundberg. See what happens here, because apparently he had quite the view of something. We're going to find out here. There you see the smoke. Well, smoke. Yellow line, smoke. Oh boy. Oh no.
Whoa!
Gets through.
Can you say Cold Trickle in Days of Thunder?
Wow.
We're going to go on board
now
with
the
Tyler
21
King.
and Tyler King.
Tyler King, we're going to go on board with him now. Truck 21.
That's the problem. The production truck. We're so used to seeing Tyler King in the 44.
Yeah, he's in the 21 now.
Yeah, right
Watch
there. You
this.
see Smith check up, and right there, King was hooked up with his teammate.
Was that Lowther?
Yeah, that was Dan Lowther. No, what happened was the 00 had to check up, and King, as a result of being behind him, he had to check up, and unfortunately his teammate O'Hare had nowhere to go, and that's what started it right there. Just a chain reaction of having to check up there early, and unfortunately when you're going at that high speeds, it's bound to end in disaster.
Oh, shades of Duel 1 into Duel 2. We have another caution. 5 laps in, 30 to go. Sawblade, top 5 on the upper left of your monitor. There they are. We'll take a quick break. Back with more from Daytona, the Interstate Synthetic Duels, in a moment on LSRTV.
Realtree Timber, developed to own the flyway, has taken the hunting world by storm.
Work like a champ.
Hunters are finding that the versatility of timber works no matter what game you chase.
Hot dog, look at this.
Right there. Whichever game you pursue, timber has you concealed.
This timber in this hardwood bottom looks great. Unbelievable.
Realtree Timber. Own the outdoors.
Ready to come back to the green flag here at Daytona. Greg, I'm gonna let you take over for just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, hopefully no one has any bottles of Coca-Cola that they can spill, unlike some people involved here in this one. Lights off on the pace truck off of turn number 2.
Gotta go change my pants.
So we made it to lap 20 before we had Wesley singing. We made it to inside at lap 7 before we have a derail, as Wesley spills a bottle of Coca-Cola products all over the inside of his car.
The premier part.
Well, maybe we can get another buddy here on LSRTV, Ross Tatum from the SME Cup Series. He works at Coca-Cola. Maybe he can reimburse you for that. What was it, $1.79 for the Coca-Cola? He's ignoring me. Casey's leading the way.
I'm trying to drive myself off, okay? Like seriously.
Hey, at least it wasn't a chair in a hotel room this time. We're making progress.
It's thank goodness it's blue jeans and not khakis or dress. Ready, back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air. My legs will be sticky by the end of the night. We're back to underway.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! At least it's not like you're on At least it's not like you're on TV at all, Wesley. Green flag back in the air. Tillman on the outside with Raz. Raz on the outside. Watch out for Razzle Dazzle up there on the outside. Cold Raz. He's got Bill Ross Jr. to his inside now as Tillman trying to clear. Robert Gamble hooked up, and Gamble has a win on LSRTV. He has a IndyCar victory here on LSRTV at the iRacing Super Speedway. He won the Pro Mazda class in that crazy 4 summer class race we did at the iRacing Super Speedway back around, what was that, around Christmas time or so we did that, Wesley? That was a wild IndyCar race at the iRacing Super Speedway, formerly known as Coca-Cola Speedway. Hint, hint, hint.
Yes, yes. They're trying to bring up bad memories. Back to turn one.
Bad memories.
Robert
2 minutes
Gamble.
ago.
How about Robert Gamble out in front in truck number 54? What a run going for him.
Taco Bell. We got a new member of the Taco Bell family. Where's Roy Grande? Where's Taco Bell?
I was driving.
Ooh, look out. New run on the outside. Devin West in the 5 getting a run. How about Chris Torres in the 99? Ran a part-time schedule, very partial schedule last year. Here he is up in the top 5 early in his duel.
I got lost. I didn't know which way.
Oh, boy.
Oh, back to the line. Here they come in speed. And it is still Robert Gamble out in front. Look, wait a minute. Cole Raz wants to say something about it, Gregory. He'll put truck number 10 to the lead up on the outside lane out of 2.
Remember, a very, very similar truck. Another Caden Anderson Racing entry. Brock Denny picked up the win in duel number 1. Can Caden Anderson make it a sweep for KAR tonight? You know the boss man, Caden Anderson, would be very happy to see both of his trucks in victory lane tonight, but look out because West Family Racing wants some redemption after a rough go with Dan West Jr. in the number 55. Let's see what his son Devin can do. He's lined up with Cole Raz. Remember, these two have a little bit of a history going back to last year, the end of last year. Some words were exchanged between these two on a couple occasions at the end of the season last year, but here they are, 1-2 right now, working together.
And remember, Jeff, Jeff Stabnow coming so close to win that last race, and saw Brock Denny pick up the win. We'll talk to the pole man for the race next Wednesday night. And remember, regardless of what happens to Casey Tillman, Greg, who currently is in 5th position right now, 10 laps in, 25 to go this time by the line, will lock up the outside of the front row. So remember, we're taking another 15 spots. And if you win duel number 2, it puts you in the 4th starting position for the race this upcoming Wednesday night.
Alongside Brock Denny, who won that race. Still waiting on all the official results from duel number 1. We'll get the official results and we'll share them on Facebook as we will see what the official starting order will be. But right now, Denny's teammate Cole Raz is looking to go back-to-back here for KAR. They keep going here on the bottom. One truck slow. That's Sean Breitzman in the 46. He lost the draft, Wesley. He's going to go a lap down. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Sean Breitzman, he's on the pole for the Daytona 25 next Monday night for the Cup Series. Little wiggle there. A couple of trucks getting some loose. Off of 3 and 4. Here they come. Back to the straightaway through the tri-oval this time by. Yes, sir. How do you do? Cole Raz out in front. Devin West. Chris Torres. Robert Gamble. Bill Ross Jr. Up 5. Good run here for those trucks at Daytona. And Casey Tillman hanging back in 6th off 2.
A lot more calm this round so far than what we saw the last one. And, Wesley, we talked about that a little bit during the commercial break on that first one. Big run out of Chris Torres. Oh, my goodness, what a run that was as he got hooked up with Bill Ross Jr.
Not say another word.
7, trying to get a run here on the outside in the 3rd spot on the outside, but can Torres and Raz get a run here down towards the finish line? Raz is going to lead this lap again, hooked up with Devin West, but Chris Torres and Bill Ross Jr. working well together.
There they are, back into the corner. Look at them, 2 by 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 2. Cole Raz now protects the bottom. Devin West right there behind him. Devin West was in car number 42 for the Cup race on Monday night. Good to see him back in his number 5 traditional colors for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series Interstate Synthetic Duels at Daytona. Look on the outside lane. That's Gamble. Pushing up, needs some help. Ross behind him in the primer. Truck 17 gives him a little assist on the outside lane, and here they come back to speed. Top three or top two single file, then door to door, side by side like Noah, leading the animals to the arc, to the animals into turn number one.
Look at them kind of snaking their way down towards turn number one there, a little bit going below the line. Deeper in the field as Raz tries to pull away up there. Hooked up with Devin West, but ooh, Raz went up to try to pick up Torres, and West was almost able to get a run there as Torres again with a big run down the backstretch. 2 laps in a row, Torres able to get a nice run. Raz went up to try to pick him up, and that allowed West to get a big run. Raz had to shut the door as some other drivers begin to make their way up. Tillman hanging back there, fourth in line on the bottom. Very patient right now as you see the field working their way up as Raz leading the way. Boy, Devin gave him a big shot off of turn number 4 there. Big run out of West, which helped out Raz.
Back down into the corner into one. Look on the inside. There goes Cole Raz, bottom of the racetrack. Also hooked up with Devin West. Outside lane, Robert Gamble.
Gamble's
straight away into
run
3
down the backstretch. Gamble's going to need help from Tillman to really get a good run here, I think. He's going to need a little bit of a shot from Tillman to get right up there with Devin West. These trucks don't draft quite as well as the Cup cars do as far as like getting that big run down the straightaways. Ooh, Gamble almost getting up there with Ross. A little bit of tire smoke there. Yeah,
Greg,
how about
I'm
Chris
so
Torres?
impressed with Chris Torres, man. What a run he's got.
What a run for Chris Torres. Ooh, lap traffic beginning to fill the windshield now of our field up here. Remember, this is setting the outside line for duel number 2. The winner of this race will start in 4th position, unless it's Casey Tillman, 4th in line on the bottom there in the 92. If he wins, then the outside line just rolls as is. Tillman is locked into 2nd place. He's 4th in line on the bottom there, that black and yellow 92 truck. He is locked in to
but basically, if Tillman wins, it's kind of like what Sean Brightsman did in Duel 1 for the Cup cars.
Correct, yes.
Basically, 2nd place will become the 3rd place starting position.
Correct, yeah.
And basically, 2nd place in Duel 2 for this race, if Tillman was to win, would become the 4th starting position.
Correct, yes, but he kind of shuffled back there right now. 4th in line on the bottom. Ooh, Devin West was thinking about it there, but Dan Lowther in the 63 was kind of in the, I won't say in the way, but he was in the spot that West needed to be. Lowther did a nice job getting out of the way of the pack. Lowther, of course, with that damage suffered early in this one, that incident back around lap 5. Raz, though, continues to lead. West had a shot there, though, but unfortunately the lap traffic was there, and West had to back off. So now he has to set it up again, but this is going to help him there. Torres losing touch there with Ross for just a second. Opens the door for Gamble to come back on the inside, and Tillman's right there in the 92. Now Tillman's getting right up on the bumper of Gamble. He recognizes that they're not able to get as big a run as they were in the Cup cars. So Tillman now getting right up on the back bumper of Gamble to give him a big push. We'll see what it does. I'm watching it off of turn 2 here. If they're going to get a run on the inside line, I think it's going to come off this corner here.
Halfway in Duel 2. We didn't do it in Duel 1, but we're going to make it an extended kick in the asphalt from the virtual World Center of Racing at Daytona. Back here at Daytona, ready to settle them in for the final 20 laps on the board. Here they come back into turn number 1 and 2. Right in front, Cole Raz. Torres still looking good in truck 99. That's the red and black truck. Inside for third, Devin West in the 5. You got Bill Ross Jr., the primer 17, starting to make a run.
He's got
making
him.
a big run on the outside. Here comes Torres and Ross with the assist and the push.
They've done that a couple of times off of turn number 2, and it finally worked out for him.
And just like that, he got to the bottom. And just like that, he got to the bottom.
Great move by Torres. Great move by Torres. Ooh, one truck getting up close to the wall there. Didn't see that was. That may have been Fournier in the 26 getting up there close to the wall. But wow, that was awesome. No, that was not Fournier. That was, if I can pick it up here, it may have been Tom Green, the 77, that was up there close to it. So nice move there, getting up close to the wall. But now Cole Raz goes to pick up Bill Ross. I think Raz recognized, hey, Bill Ross Jr. seems to be a pretty good pusher right here off of turn number 2. Maybe he can do that with me. Look at Ross close in on the outside there, getting up on the back bumper of Cole Raz. But now Devin West hooked up with Chris Torres on the bottom, leading the way. And meanwhile, back here, who's really impressing me here with this run, especially after scraping the wall right there, that last green truck in line. You see the 3 green trucks up there. Russ Lundberg is really beginning to impress me here with how he's been able to stick with this main pack, especially after scraping the wall earlier. And Wesley, you saw it on Facebook. He commented on, he wanted to know on broadcast your thoughts on pumpkin pie with ketchup.
Oh, hell no.
So for those,
pumpkin pie has to have whipped cream on it, okay?
Yeah,
whipped
correct.
cream.
So for those watching at home who may not know what we're talking about, I found a thing on Facebook a couple of days ago saying, y'all dip pumpkin pie in ketchup, or is it just me? And I was like, yeah, it's just you. That sounds absolutely horrible. Russ commented on it. He's like, I want to know what Wesley thinks about that. Wesley's comment was not safe for work.
I'm just literally have a nasty.
Yeah, no. I'm getting kicked out of the booth for bringing it up. Well, good night, everybody.
Going to bed early. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Anyway, we got closing stages here at Daytona.
The words of we're gonna finish this without you.
All right, good night. It's on Monday night for the Cup Series.
No, you're not going nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Back straight away. Cole Raz and Chris Torres right now 1 and 2. Bill Ross Jr. sitting there in third. Not anymore. Here comes Devin West.
Man, Devin West, he's really taking the same role right now as Bill Ross Jr. as the pusher, but they seem to be strong. They seem to be stronger at different parts of the racetrack, Wesley, as they take 10 to go. Bill Ross Jr. really strong off of turn number 2, gives the big push to whoever's in front of him. Devin seems to really be strong going into turn 3. That inside line really seems to wake up on the inside of the turn. Let's see if it happens here off of turn number 2. Watch Bill Ross Jr. He's going to get up on Cole Raz, give him a push down the backstretch. Second in line on the outside. That's where he's strongest right there. Maybe not so much this time because he had a hard time lining up. Oh yeah, there's the big run. Raz able to get a big run there. He's going to get down to the bottom. That was big because watch Devin West, as you see right there, the inside line able to get a move. That was a huge push by Ross, he was able to get down in front of Cole Raz. And again, look what he did, Wesley. As soon as he was clear, he got back down to the bottom.
One big wreck in race 2 at the beginning. Now we're under 10 laps to go, 9 remaining inside of the racetrack. Lap traffic coming up on the leaders. Cole Raz and that black number 10 hugs the bottom of the racetrack, up the racetrack. Here comes Chris Torres. We'll throw the block there and cut him off. And you got lap traffic coming up on him as well.
And this is interesting. Look who's gone up to the high side now. Devin West, who's been the pusher on the inside the whole time. I think he wants his turn up there with Bill Ross Jr. Bill Ross Jr., I think. Cole Raz.
Wow, that's
connection issues. Brightsman going 2 laps down now in the 46, but Cole Raz, connection issues. I don't like that.
Oh, my goodness. Eye on that. They'll come to the line this time by. It'll be 8 laps to go. 8 to go. Single file for the leader. 2 by 2 now.
There it is again. Cole Raz blinking
Wow.
again.
Oh,
that's
Raz
not good.
still
That's
having
scary.
That blinking.
That's scary.
He's getting a visit by Incan, blinking and nod.
And look at what that's done. That has allowed Devin West to get a run with help from Bill Ross Jr. If Bill Ross Jr. can give West a big push like he's been able to do a couple of times here in the past off of turn number 2, Devin might have a shot here at clearing these guys down the back stretch. Cole able to fight back on the inside though with help from Chris Torres. Gamble lurking back there as up on the outside. Fournier creeping up on third line on the outside there before you find Tom Green, Ottenbacher, and others. And meanwhile, Casey Tillman, who led the field to green, just lurking. 7
to go. 7 to go. And by the way, understanding that, here's another thing. As we come down the stretch of this deal, Greg, you got to watch your bump drafts. You got to watch the way you bump the guy in front of you, the guy behind you. Cut the air off the wrong way, and you're going to see him sitting. You're going to see him crashing. We saw that in the first duel. Right now, everybody respecting each other for the time being. But when will that become friends to enemies to foes? Down the back straightaway as Devin West leads.
There's that run. Ooh, but
Ross with a bump.
Contact there.
With a little push, you see Devin West. He got the assist from Ross on the outside, and then he knew he had to get back down to the bottom quickly. And
this is the start 4th.
6 to go at the line here at Daytona.
This is the start 4th on Wednesday next week.
That's
Wednesday
right.
night next week. Winner of this race will start 4th. Again, unless it's Tillman. Oh, one truck having connection issues back there. That was a green truck. That may have been Lundberg. Oh, no, it was Russ Lundberg. We were talking about having very nice run. Connection issues late for the 129.
Back straight away.
West.
If we have a late race caution, they do have 2 attempts at overtime.
Goes Cole again. Remember, we talked about it. It did not come into effect in that first duel because we had those cautions throughout the night. Fuel mileage, fuel windows, 33 to 35 laps. This is a 35-lap race. We've only had 1 caution in this race. So are we still in that window that, hey, fuel can get a little hairy here?
Possibly could. 4 to go. 5 to go.
Devin West leading the way. Lap traffic splitting in front of him. That's Lowther, the 63.
Back straight away. Everybody holds it together. Moving by more lap traffic. Dan Lowther in another truck going a lap down again.
Maybe Josh Beal in the 112, if I'm seeing that correctly.
They're all getting out of harm's way. Here comes Devin West on the inside. Dan West Jr., the defending Truck Series champion. His father had problems in Duel 1.
Ooh, Cole.
But right now in Duel 2 as they come to the line. Caution! We have a caution! Caution is out!
That's going to change everything. Change everything. Lundberg on pit road in the 129. That's not the reason for the caution. Oh, we got an accident in the back. Thurston is involved.
That's Dan Lowther and a couple of other trucks.
Todd Connell involved. The 021. That's who the orange truck was. Lowther with a blown motor. Now they had just gone another lap down. These guys had. Let's take a look at the LSRTV 4K Ultra HD replay. That's a mouthful.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Okay,
Lowther and a couple of other trucks crashing there. One up on their lid. The 021, the white truck. Todd Connell.
Oh, no. Is this? No, okay. I thought this was going to be Bill Ross Jr.
Let's see where this happens here. Right now.
Right there.
Wow.
Contact.
Connell. Lowther.
Oh, Lowther. King gets
little help,
piece.
Little help there from King.
Who was the white truck? Catch a number on that. Oh, Tyler King in the 21. He did get a piece of it. Connell's the orange truck. Connell is the orange truck. Figure out what number that white truck is. That's Connell in the 021. Thumbs up, Todd Connell. Those in the Northwest who are at the Idaho 200 know that story.
Greg, do you pit? The leaders are coming down to pit road. They're coming down to the pit road.
Was Jeff Hagan, the white truck, involved? To answer your question, Wesley.
The leaders are on pit road.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay. Couple trucks staying out though. Fournier, Ottenbacher, Johnson, Walters, Aaron Cooper. They all stayed
Green.
out. Top 5 stayed out.
Everyone else pitted.
All right, this is going to be interesting. I think this is setting up our first of 2 green-white checkered attempts.
A quick break. When we come back, we'll explain to you the overtime rules for the Interstate Synthetic Duels as we have an attempt 1 coming up. Overtime at Daytona. Overtime coming up here in the Interstate Synthetic Duels at Daytona. Ready for the first of 2 green-white checker attempts. Welcome back. Coverage on LSRTV, CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz alongside. Yes, Charles Wooten. Ready to bring this one home. The lights are off on the pace car. Greg, we get ready for the first attempt of 2. Here's how it goes down. Green flag. They take the white flag. Race is considered over if they wreck. If they take the green flag and they wreck before the white flag, we will re-rack them, restack them, and we will go for a second time. Second time, whatever happens, wreckers or checkers, race will be considered official.
And with 5 trucks that stayed out, that's a possibility. Oh boy. Let's see what happens here.
And you watch the trucks that are in the back that pitted, the fast machines, they are going to be roaring up quickly.
Lights
You're about
out.
to see that you're about to see the difference of how low used up tires will completely be swallowed up by new fresh rubber. Just a moment.
Keep your eye on Ottenbacher.
Yeah, remember, Greg, he won this race here at Daytona last year.
We're not talking about the duels. We're talking about the big one. The
That's
big
right.
80 lapper, the 225, which is coming your way live on LSRTV a week from tonight. Here in the same exact time slot. Make sure you set a reminder for that now. We got the races all set to go live on LSRTV. So make sure you set a reminder for that now because this is going to be wild. By the way, we got action tomorrow on LSRTV as we get set to go green. We're going to be slinging a little dirt tomorrow as here we go. Overtime for the first time.
Duel number 2, overtime 1, green flag out. Ray Fournier up in front. For how long, though? Ottenbacher to the outside, and here they go up to speed in 1. Greg, right now, for the most part, they're hanging their own. They're holding their own, except for Cole Rass. He's coming fast in the 10.
Raz, keep your eye on him. Corey Walters won the Cup race here last year, so he knows a thing or two about a thing or two here.
3 wide behind him.
Both season opener winners up here from last year. Up here in that second row right now. They're battling for second, but it's all Ray Fournier right now. Tom Green making a run. Who's going to make the move here? White flag in hand. Do they get back to the line? Looks like they will. No real action right now. White flag. CRN 1 to go. Ray Fournier leading.
Like to know more information about CRN Sports? Go to wearecrn.com. Final time around in Duel 2. Into the corner, out in front, Ray Fournier. Who'd have thunk it? Here comes Corey Walters, the Hooters machine. I know our producer's loving that. They're off turn 2 for the final time, back straight away.
Cole Raz, who does he go with here? He's trying to hook up with Ottenbacher. No, he's going to fall to the bottom. This may be all these top 2 need. Fournier and Walters. Here comes the big run from Raz. They're 3 wide behind him. Can Raz get a run around?
He saves
Boy,
it.
Walters has to make a run right now. Here comes Raz with a move on the high side, but I think it's too late.
Wow,
West breaking through.
Inside
Raz with a run. Raz has a run.
Ray Fournier.
Run out of time. Fournier did it.
Wow.
Ray Fournier gets it done. Wow.
Wow. Ray Fournier will win here. Ray Fournier in the number 1 position. Truck 26. He took the gamble. He didn't pit, and he let it pay off. Wow.
How many times last year did Ray Fournier not even make the start of a race in the truck series?
Not even finish races, for that matter.
And he's got to win. He won the duel.
Wow.
Cole Raz does come home in second. My goodness.
Wow,
Wesley.
wow.
Brock Denny and Ray Fournier getting it done tonight in the duels. You're going to get a chance to talk to him here in a minute.
We are. We're going to go to a quick break and get ready to grab those drivers. We will talk to Brock Denny from Duel 1, Ray Fournier in Duel 2. But Greg, your final thoughts, buddy, before we let you go. Ready for next Wednesday night. Man, what a show today in the duels.
Yeah, what a show. Cannot wait to see next Wednesday night here with the truck series. I got to go because I got an early wake up for work tomorrow, but it was so much fun to be back with the Northwest Truck Series. Northwest Cup Series on Monday. I'll be back there as well, back to normal next week. But man, oh man, what a fun time this was tonight for the duels. Both sets of duels are in the books now, Wesley. Now it's just go time for here. The big one coming up next week. I can't wait to see it. We'll have Jeff Stabnow leading them to green, but wow, we are waiting for official results. This is going to be a fun one.
He's Greg Ransom, Wesley Outland. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I will grab Brock Denny as well as Duel 2 winner, of course, Mr. Ray Fournier, and wrap things up from the Interstate Synthetic Duels at Daytona. LSRTV, CRN Sports Now in 4K Ultra HD quality.
Realtree Timber, developed to own the flyway, has taken the hunting world by storm.
Work like a champ.
Hunters are finding that the versatility of timber works no matter what game you chase.
Hot dog, look at this.
Right there. Whichever game you pursue, timber has you concealed.
This timber in this hardwood bottom looks great. Unbelievable.
Realtree Timber. Own the outdoors.
Welcome back to Daytona. It is coverage of the Interstate Synthetic Duels. And of course, we're going to grab a word with our Duel 1 winner here, Brock Denny, driver of the number 64 machine. Of course, out of nowhere, picking up the win. Brock Denny, of course, will be the man that will start third next Wednesday night for the trucks in the Daytona 225. Brock, congratulations, bud. What a good run for you. I know it's got to be like a win for you, like a win for the driver of that truck number 64.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just a duel, but this is my first ever win on a broadcast, so that's kind of cool.
Heck yeah, man. Walker Dog was very happy and excited too, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's back here. He's wanting to go outside, but it's muddy outside because it's been nice out, but it's snowy here. So it's just a mud pit, so I can't let him out all the time now because then he comes in with muddy paws and tries to jump on me.
So let's talk about the race, bud, because and you had to fight for that one. That was a pretty wild one in Duel 1. Talk about that last lap, last restart where you're able to hold them off and get the victory.
Yeah, I think every caution before that I was a part of, and I took just enough damage to where I didn't have to use my fast repair. So I saved it until the caution before the final lap. So it put me in a good spot. I made some moves there, had to go high, low, block some cars. And yeah, the last lap I think I still would have cleared them on the outside if it came to the line. But yeah, there was a lap car kind of bunched us all up. And I think everybody took damage besides me. So I'll take it, but not as fun.
So I got a question for you. Let's go back to Monday night. What was your take of what happened? You got caught up in an accident there at the end of it. You were actually in contention for the duel too. You looked really, really good. Then you got caught up in an accident. No caution flag was thrown. Then you purposely spun your car out to try to, I guess, get a caution thrown.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. No, yeah, I don't know why the caution didn't come out, and I had to pit. I had the meatball flag, and yeah, even after I purposely spun myself out and parked backwards on the track, it still didn't throw the caution. I don't understand. iRacing just didn't want me to win that race, I guess.
Well, a good way to redeem yourself, though, here for duel number one. The final question, and also throw your sponsors out there. What is your mindset going into next Wednesday night? Do you feel like you got a shot to win this race?
Yeah, I mean, we got a good setup here. In draft, it definitely is on the move. So as long as I can keep my nose out of trouble, I think we'll be good. I got both my teammates, Caden and Cole, made it in. So got all three of the same paint schemes. We'll try to be a 1, 2, 3, I think.
All right, buddy. Got anybody want to thank sponsor-wise?
Yes, my sponsors, Diamond S Trailers, Caden Anderson Paints for all the designs he makes us, and my dog Tucker, I guess.
Brock Denny, winner of duel race number 1 here at Daytona. Congratulations to him. Great job for the driver of the numbers. Hey, and now duel 2 winner from Freeland, Wimby Island, Washington, Ray Fournier. Ray, congratulations, bud. Like Brock Denny, this is like the biggest win in your career, and it's a duel. It's not a points-paying event, but you get a checkered flag, you get a big win, and you really held off everybody on a fuel mileage and tire gamble strategy.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I just wanted to, kind of finish in the top 15, and even after that, I wasn't too sure where my standings were last year, how I was going to make it, so I was surprised to be up front there.
So what was the strategy of not pitting, not taking on tires or fuel, and staying out in front on cold tires where literally we would have thought you could have got swallowed up immediately? I mean, I even did #fake news. I thought that was going to happen. And you and Audenbacher literally just kind of stuck with each other and held off the fast trucks coming at you.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get passed on the outside there all right. Yeah, I had to use that fast repair, so I had like 11 laps left when, we were coming to the pit road there.
Well, what does it mean for you? Final question. Thank your sponsors as well, Ray. Going into starting in P4 for the Daytona 225 next Wednesday night to open up Season 9 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series here at Daytona.
Yeah, it'll be pretty fun. I don't know. I'm not used to starting up front like that. But, yeah, and then I guess just thank my sponsors, or the sponsor here, Interstate Synthetics, and you guys at LSRTV, Northwest Racing Series, and, of course, John Henry and iRacing, too.
A very good job for the driver of truck number 26, Ray Fournier from Freeland, Wimby Island, Washington. He will win duel race number. And hey, by the way, that will wrap up coverage here for tonight. So, as it stands, John Brightsman, Brett Johnson on the front row for Daytona for the Cup cars next Monday night. And then at 11:30 Eastern, same time for the trucks next Wednesday, you'll see Jeff Stabnow, Casey Tillman, along with Brock Denny and Ray Fournier, the top 2 rows for the virtual truck race is showing some of the highlights, some of the craziness we saw throughout the night. This is live in practice. They're having a last-minute practice session, and to go out with a bang, they are scattered, smothered, and covered on the tri-oval virtually here at the World Center of Racing. We hope you've enjoyed it. Coming up tomorrow night, the Pulse Poppers NASRA Midget Series. Charles and Greg will be on the call for that. We have a special charity race at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central on Friday. Be a part of that to help out from Talladega Super Speedway. And then on Sunday, it is the afternoon of the Syrian Outlaw Esports Tour from Las Vegas. And then we have Lanier and Langley for the iRacing Northwest Tour, a doubleheader. All of that coming soon on Live Sim Racing TV. LiveSimRacingTV.com, at LSRTV, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at Sierra Sports as well. And again, thank you all for watching. Thanks for checking out the Interstate Synthetics Duels. It's been a wild one when it's all said and done. Jeff Stabnow on the pole for the trucks. And Brock Denny, Ray Fournier, winners of the Duels. For Greg Rentz, for Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, for our producer, Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here from virtual Daytona as, again, we get ready to kick off the point season for the Northwest Racing Cup and Truck Series.